Hey, great day to you all. High five from far, you woke up. Right on. I hope that you were able to wake up super grateful to be alive again another day in this experience. Why? Because we are taking part in the greatest show on earth. How could you not be excited about that? I know I am. I think that's the thing that excites me the most when I get up. Saying, yes, I made it another day in this experience to watch the magic happen. Yeah. How could I not feel great about that? Literally. And I hope that you guys have all woken up the same way. And I hope that you've been able to tell yourself all the things that you need to hear. Yeah. And I hope that you've said, say it with me. I'm amazing. I'm strong. I'm capable. I have the whole universe inside of me today, giving me life. Yeah. Let the magic happen. Because literally and factually, you are the magic and nothing but. Yeah, you are. And we are in such a magical experience. That's all it is. But you have the choice today to make it the best day ever for you. Yeah, you do. It's a simple choice. No matter what you're living, you can set that high vibe and say, yes, I'm ready for everything and anything coming my way because I'm meant to experience it all. Yeah, don't shy away from anything you got to live. Live it fully. Be present in the moment. Every person, place, and thing comes with a lesson to expand your own learning. So don't shy away from any of it. Never. Embrace it all. Walk towards it. And those moments that make you feel the most uncomfortable are the best things for you. Why do I say that? Because it pushes you out of your comfort zone and the repetitions of your patterns. So yeah, I'm really grateful. Yeah. For any piece of learning that anybody will acquire. But it's all a mere choice. You can dive into it or run from it. You can sit there and throw your toes in it and check the water, but why would you do that? Dive in. It's worth it. Come on. Any experiences. And I'm going to remind you guys again today, with a law of the universe. You see, if you're looking at a situation uniquely for what it is for your learning, there's no good and bad in it. Because it's relative to you. It's the law of relativity. Listen, every person, place, and thing that you have to experience is meant for you to learn from. Literally. And that's why you can't take your learning so personally. You can't. You just got to go with the flow. Like water over rocks. Literally. But you got to check to see if you're sitting as a stagnant pond, or if you're flowing like a fresh river. That's a mere choice too. Yeah, no matter what, you gotta live. But I hope today that you've set that vibe for yourself to be exactly what you need to be for you. Because that's all that really matters. Is how you're showing up for you in this world and how you're feeling. It really does matter. But what I want you guys to understand is it's a clear choice from when you don't feel the way that you want to feel. Well, you can choose to feel better. Literally. No matter what we have to live. Yes, and things happen to us that are at times hurtful or stressful or whatever. But if we keep a neutral to everything and we apply the law of the universe, that every situation is unique in itself and there is no comparison to be had, well, then there's no good or bad. You see? And the good and bad comes into it when we compare it to things we've already lived and experienced, or in comparison to the things that we would like to feel or want in our life. Everything happens for a reason. And no matter whether you're cycling through a high in your life or a low in your life, believe it or not, it is all working for your benefit. All of it. Because if you don't have some rough patches, well, you're not going to appreciate the smooth patches. And vice versa. You know, if you realize that it's just mere experience, and imagine, no matter what you have to live today, at the end of the day, it's gone. It's gone. It no longer exists. Yesterday, it's gone. It's no longer relevant to your life today. So you woke up this morning as a brand new person because you experienced yesterday. Literally. So if you experienced yesterday and acquired the learning of it, well, then you shouldn't get caught in a pattern today of whatever yesterday was. Whether it was a thought, a feeling, a pattern of how you constructed your day or whatever. It is gone. And you can't get it back. So this is why it's so important for your own being to stay in balance and in harmony within yourself. To get through your day. And not allow anything coming your way to throw you off. Why? Because then you won't catch the learning. Hey, come on. There's no smooth sailing if you're in troubled waters. You see? So you got to keep your waters calm within your being at all times. Well, how do you do that? You don't attach the good or bad to any situation because it's all learning. And at the end of the day, it's gone. So you can't take it so personal or so like as if things affect you in your life. Don't let them affect you. Really don't. It's a mere experience for the construction of your day, which is really, factually, everything that you've chosen for yourself. Literally. And you can construct your day to be whatever it is you want. You are not shackled to any person, place, or thing on the planet but your own meat suit. Literally. The only thing that you're shackled to is your own body for this experience. Factually. So, you got to put yourself first. Especially if you're the only person, like physically, energetically, yes, we're all connected. But if you yourself are only in your meat suit, well, how would you not matter? There's nobody else in your meat suit with you. You see? And yeah, we got to live things, but are you letting these things affect you? How do they affect us? By how we think about them. Literally, that's the only thing that affects us about anything we live. Is what we sit and tell ourselves about it. Factually. There's nothing else that is producing feelings in you other than your own thoughts. Factually. Because even if we hurt ourselves, our body knows what to do if you just leave it alone. Factually. But we get stuck inducing states even into our body, believing, oh shit, okay, I'm not healthy, oh, I'm upset, oh, I can't get through this, I don't want to do this. I could sit here and talk shit for an hour about all the excuses you can tell yourself. Well, take every one of those excuses and turn them into reasons and use them into power. You see what I mean? Every thought that you're having should be a powerful one that's fueling you and not taking away from you. And that's what I want you guys to understand. And this is why I tell you guys to take the time to watch your own thoughts. Literally. And from that point, you know whether your thoughts are actually harming you or if they're helping you. And that's key. You got to know this for you because nobody else is in your head. Yeah, we're all connected. And yeah, if I'm sitting next to you, I can tell you goddamn well what's in your head. But you have a choice of whatever it is that you want to think about. You also have a choice that when thoughts come up, you don't have to let them take over. Believe it or not. A lot of people say, no, I overthink. I can't think straight. I can't, whatever. Because you are allowing your programming to be in control. We all have a higher self. We all have a spirit and soul that is running and governing your experience. Factually. It's not your body running your experience. Where's your body getting the power to actually run the experience? Well, it's your soul contains everything in the universe ever created in the whole experience. There's nothing left out. And that's what's fueling every single one of your thoughts, your choices, and your actions. Well, what do thoughts and actions and choices produce? Situations, circumstances, and outcomes and results in your life on a daily. Yeah. And your life force, your soul, which contains everything in the universe, is backing you and your free will. Literally. And everybody thinks law of attraction, manifestation. Listen, fuck all that shit. You're a magnet. And everything that you are pumping out, you are getting back. It is the law of the universe. It's the give and take. Whatever your actions are to yourself is what you will feel coming back at you from another face. Because what we say and do to another, we are actually doing to ourselves. So if you lack the self-accountability to really understand what you're doing to your own being every day, well, then you lack the understanding to realize why your life is shit. Because life is not shit. Factually. You know? And you see, perfect example, because I love to use myself as an example. You know how many people have come into my apartment and said, holy fuck, Tobi, where's all your bar's gone? Your this is gone. Your that's gone. What the fuck happened here? Like you know, they go into my bathroom and they see the state that, listen, and they say, Tobi, how are you even living this right now? How do you do it and you're okay? Because it's a simple choice of the thoughts that I'm going to have about it. That's it. And in comparison to what I've already lived, this ain't shit. Factually. It's nothing. Yeah, it's hard to live because I never thought in a million years that everything that I had built in my life would be wiped away in a heartbeat. But am I going to sit crying about it? Fuck no. I sit here going, wow, that was an experience. Thank you for the learning in it all. Because holy shit, that'll never happen to me again. And a lot of, listen, on that topic, I got some questions saying, Tobi, if you're so tapped in, why would you have ended up in that situation? Well, listen, I got called into work. The man chased me for 3 weeks while even working. I didn't just go, okay, sure, let's hook up. I asked if this is something that I should do because I had already been spiritually awakened. And I was instructed yes. So I followed my orders. Before I even touched him or allowed him to touch me. Factually. Okay, why? Because yes, he was exactly the magnitude that I am, and it took me. If it would have been anybody else, there is no way that I would have awakened the truth within him the way I did. You see? I do not distrust what I'm being guided to do at any cost. A lot of people have said, oh, well, you weren't meant to be in that. Yes, I was. And I was meant to live exactly what I needed to live with him. For the duration that I did. Why? Because he is just as much of a healer as I am. Whether he embraces it and owns it or not. So what happens to a wounded healer who has lived an excruciating life? Well, they become a narcissist if they don't heal. Because themselves they're hurting to a magnitude that they don't even understand. Now, had this man chosen to heal, I would have never walked away from that man for the rest of my life. I got a divorce to be with this man for life. Literally. Okay? So it was divinely guided that had he chosen to heal, but everybody's got free will. Had he chosen to heal for himself and own his power, he is just as much of a healer as I am. Okay? Yeah, he made some pretty shitty choices. And yes, it wiped away everything I had built in my life. But do I sit here hating him today? Not at all. Okay? It's all about choices. Have I forgiven him? Listen, I forgave him the day after he put me through hell. No matter what situation was. And that's why I stayed with him so long. Because when you love, you love. Simple. But do I inspire others to heal? Yes, I do. Whether they take it on with their free will or not, that's their choice. You cannot assist somebody to trigger their own healer within them if they're running from it. But it doesn't make him any less of a man. And any man that has the balls to be with me is quite a special man. So, yeah, maybe it didn't work out. But it only didn't work out because he chose to stay in his programming instead of owning his power. Literally. But that's his choice. I don't love him any less for that, and I don't feel scarred or feel any hatred towards him because of what we... Listen, had that man owned his power, I would have already been in the midst of building my empire. Literally. Instead of sitting in total destruction right now. But that's what happens to a wounded healer who can't own their power. They self-mutilate by thought, by action, by everything that they do. I know. Because until I could heal myself, I was a wounded healer. And the accumulation of my life forced me to feel exactly the way that he had. I knew it. I felt it. It was like home to me. And also, too, for me to love this man the way I did in this lifetime. Trust me when I tell you I've spent other lifetimes with him, too. And that's why I give it my all. It's not a joke. But I understand the wounded healer also because I was there too. And that's real. Us reincarnated assistants for this whole ascension and to come out and enlighten people. Listen, we've had the shittiest lives. But we had to. We had to feel the hatred of others. We had to feel the denial of others. We had to feel all the trauma that could possibly happen. Purposely. And you guys might think, oh, that's crazy. Why would Source of Creation do that to anybody? No, Source never did anything to anybody when you signed up to do it. I knew exactly what I was going to live. Yeah, we forget about it. But when I reconnected to Source, it was made very clear to me why I had to live everything from my first breath. I signed up for it. That's my contract to be on the planet. Sure, I'll do it. I'll carry the cross for the whole family, and I'll be the one to feel the pain of all the lineage all together so that it can be healed. To free the generations, sure, I'll do it. Well, I couldn't be any less powerful than I am to accomplish it, right? So those that have thought I've been too much all my life, actually, they haven't been enough. You see? And Source told me that too. Because had I been any less of who I am, I never would have succeeded. Well, I have. And it was only that when I was in my full power, after being spiritually awakened and embodying my soul, that I did get with another wounded healer. So I was a wounded healer until I was able to reconnect, which empowered me and which allowed me to own my universal strength and power. 3 years ago. If you want to see the video of it, go check it. It's a pinned post on my page. But since that moment, I've owned my universal power and am tapped in all the time because it is functioning and operating me through this experience. There's no disconnect there. So it's from that moment. Well, Source knows how powerful I am. And that is why I had to be with who I was for 2.5 years. Because there's not another person on the planet who would have been able to endure what he threw my way and still love him the way I did. Nobody. Because another person would have deemed that he was just totally unlovable. Okay? But that's my strongest point, is I can still love even the ones that are deemed to be the unlovable. Because I love all and everything, no matter what I've lived. And you know, the inner work, why it takes such a warrior, I was asked that too. Tobi, what about the inner work? It's not for the weak, da-da-da. What is all of that? You know why? Because your brain only processes what's going on in it right now. So every time you relive a memory, every time you go and visit what's in your bank, you're actually going to feel the emotions that are stored of that memory. And you are also going to feel as if you are reliving that memory right then and there. This is why when people are talking about memories, they get all hyped up like as if they're reliving it, because they are. Your brain doesn't know any better. Okay, so the inner work, when you got to go and face every single memory that you have stored, especially if they are not good ones, you actually are thrusting your body into as if you are reliving it. So this is why a lot of people don't get through the inner work and actually tap into their universal fuel the way I have. Because they get stuck in the emotion of what's stored in their being. And they're like, oh, okay, that doesn't feel good. I'm not doing that. And they actually block themselves. Because they don't realize that these memories, why they feel so real when you are thinking about it or doing the inner work, is because they are real. You are forcing your body to relive them. It doesn't know whether it's a memory or if it's happening to you right now. This is why it's so important to check your thoughts. And check what you've been thinking about your past. And check what you have stored as your initial programming that is running automatically. That shit's running automatically, 24/7. But you got to let it do what it's meant to. And it's not to be thrusting your body into memories that you should not even be carrying, because they no longer exist. They're not relevant to today. Factually. And you got to stop looking at things as if they were good and bad. Because they're not. They're unique to what you had lived within it. That's it, that's all. Why do you remember anything? Well, it gets stamped in your brain according to the way it made you feel, just for a quick reference. So your body knows to avoid that shit again. Because it remembers it didn't feel good. Or it remembers that it really felt really, 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 really good. Well, that also too is throwing your body out of whack. You don't feel joy from your head, you feel it from your heart. Well, every emotion that you choose to embody is from your head. It's from your emotional brain. What's emotion? It's just energy running through you. So what does that mean? Well, if you stay in your heart and allow that to be your governing force, it's going to give you two feelings. So when you experience or in a choice or a state of making a decision for yourself or for anybody else attached to you, you're not supposed to think about anything. Sounds crazy because we've been conditioned to believe, hey, you got to think about it. Think before you speak. Think before you do this. Think before you do that. Think before you do this. It's all a crock of shit. Because you're not supposed to think. The true thinking of your true governance of your being, which is your heart, okay, gives you two feelings. Either it's going to pull you to it, and your body's going to know, yeah, that's right for me. Or it's going to make you back away from it and say, That's the true governance of your being. And that's what keeps you in the prime balance and harmony of your being. Is in your heart. But if you do not have the capacity to function from your true brain, which I will remind you this morning why it's your true brain. because it was beating before your brain was attached to your body, even in your growing stage. It has more neuroreceptors on it than the brain. Why? Because the brain, 95% of that is running every function in your body. It has a job to do for you. You are not supposed to play in it. Ever. And anytime you do, you are actually throwing your body out of harmony and balance, because your body, your brain already knows what it has to do. Yeah, it does. So, emotions, what are they? Well, when we feel something, so you're going to feel that sensation of it. You're being pulled to it or you're being pushed away from it. Well, that energy, if you can't stay there with that, is going to shoot through to your limbic system, to your 3 other backup brains. Literally. The first brain it's going to hit is your reptilian brain. Okay? Now, what is that brain? It is your instinctual brain. That is the instinct center. Why must that be the first center? Well, because it needs to react in the event that you must keep yourself safe. So it's going to induce fight, flight, or freeze. When your body realizes that there are no threats to your life, well, that is when the energy will be released to your emotional center, merely to restabilize your body from your instinctual brain. So, all of that processing of whether you're in danger or not, does it need to react? Okay, I'm on alert here. What am I being alerted to? What's going on? Well, that in itself throws you out of balance. So from that point, the energy goes to your emotional center of your brain to simply merely stabilize that. That's it. And that's all it's meant to do, is put the balance and harmony back into your being. Well, if you don't have that knowledge, you actually get stuck in emotions and how they feel, and instead of them being warning signs to you, because like I've said in Turning Hell into Heaven, emotions are man-made, and you will fuel your emotions and your state of being by your own choice, by speaking it with your whole universal power backing it. So if you say, I am happy, you will feel happy. If you say that I am sad, you will feel sad. You are commanding your body with your full life force to feel those emotions. When they are merely 60 to 90 second reaction within your body to restabilize what you have felt. Why does this have to happen? So that your logical brain can kick in. That's it. But while you're dabbling in all of that, you have actually just pushed your body intentionally out of whack without even realizing it. This is why I tell people they are completely out of whack within themselves until they make a choice not to be. And that's why you must govern yourself from your true brain, which is the heart. Literally. Because your brain has everything stored in it from your first breath. It's your memory bank. For quick reference, that's all it is. It's a protection mechanism so you don't put yourself in the same destabilizing situations for your being, and that's it. And whether it is you are allowing a state of unhealthiness or hypermanic wellness, if you do not stay within the neutral of it all for your being and in balance and harmony, you're out of whack. Feeling joy does not come from your head. It comes from your heart. And that's the only thing that can extend your life. Literally. Factually. So, if you're not even operating from your heart, how can you even feel joy to extend your life? You can't. You can't. It's impossible. Because it's located in two different places of your being. Literally. And everybody thinks, oh, you gotta think, you gotta think, you gotta think. Actually, no, you gotta stop thinking. And you gotta stop believing you are something you're not. Literally. And how do you do that? You go, let me stop that. That's it. And you go, oh, no, you're not going to think that because you're working for me. And yeah, I know you've been running that way for a long time. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm going to correct in there. But guess what? Show me everything in there that I must correct. And trust me, your soul will. Because it's your soul governing your experience. And why do people get locked away from emotions and past experiences or stuck in PTSD? Because their bodies don't know whether it's real or not. And they never corrected the traumatization that was stamped in there, which keeps running on repeat naturally. This is why I know that it doesn't matter what somebody has suffered in their life. I can assist them to correct it. Literally. Because what makes me different is my life that I've lived. Back to the inner work. In reference to myself. Look, I'll break it down to you like this. After I have lived everything that I have, well, when I decided to dive in and do the inner work, to correct the way I was feeling because I knew it was killing me, I had to go back and demolish my life, my whole life, by chunks of 7 years. And our nervous systems and our sympathetic nervous systems and the way we function actually is affected by everything we live if we don't heal it, because it traps things within us. And then when we go to look at these things, we get caught in a repetitive cycle of feeling the emotions and feeling the whole situation, because we're not realizing when we're doing that we are actually self-inducing the situation. It's not just a memory. Our body is feeling the whole thing all over again. This is why it's so important to go back, like I did, and deconstruct your life in blocks of 7 years and rip it apart. Literally. Rip it apart and see what's in there. Because only you can do that. But whatever's in there is automatically fueling what you believe to be real in your life. All your thoughts about yourself, all your thoughts about others, the thoughts about the experience. And when you're thinking things, you're creating. When you're thinking, you are creating things. Because, like I've just explained to you, you're not even supposed to be thinking. Your brain has a job to do. It has to run everything in your body. Everything. You know how many systems you got going on at once? Well, your soul is fueling all of that. And it has a program to run on. And that program is to keep you in balance, harmony, and to your optimal strength and power. Because what's fueling you, you can light up a whole city with. Yeah. But your thoughts, what you are thinking, is real while you are thinking it. And your body is feeling it. You cannot run from your own thoughts or the effects of what it's producing within you. You can't. They're your thoughts. You're creating things within your being. And you are producing the hormones attached to it. Literally. Did you know that if you just sit with your body language in an angry manner, you're going to feel angry? That's why I tell people all the time, override it with a smile. If you don't feel good or you get angry, people always tell me, Tobi, why do you laugh shit off? You laugh at things that are just not funny. Yes, I do. Because that totally disrupts what the opposite reaction would be. You see? That's why I do it. And you have to laugh things off. And when you know that at the end of the experience, it's no longer going to exist, how the fuck could you not laugh it off? You see, we take it too seriously. But the true key to balance and harmony is going, look, before I even get to that, I'll get back to the inner work and why it's so important. Look, every time you go in and you take a look at what you're storing in your being and what your life has been and da-da-da-da, you need to rewrite what your belief system's in there. And you can. But when you're doing that kind of work, why does it work? Because your body, when you're going through your own being, doesn't know if it is happening to you today or if it's a mere memory, because our brains don't function like that. Our brains only process the now, factually. So anything that you're putting in your brain or in your mind from your past or from your future is processed as if it's now. So, if your brain only processes right now, there's a reason for it. Why? Because at the end of it, it no longer exists. So if your brain is not trying to stay stuck in your past, but yet you have a whole bunch of past shit stored in it, holy shit, time to do the work and clean that out. Literally. Seriously, because that shit is running automatically and it is producing results in your life on a daily basis, whether you like it or not. It's just like that programming is running your body 100% naturally all the time, like all of your organs, your functions, your everything, your movements, your speech, your everything. Well, everything that you got stored in there too is running just as automatically. Factually. And this is why you must go back in there and just release the pain you're hanging on to, release the emotions that you have stored to all of this stuff. It no longer exists, except for in your being, by your mere choice. Because like I said, your brain only processes now. So anything that you believe about your past, like I'm going to tell you again, what is believe? It is to be live in your life. Simple. So what are you making real within your being that no longer exists factually? You can't get yesterday back. It's gone. And this morning you woke up as a brand new creation. Factually. How could you not? You might wonder, how is that? Well, because you lived yesterday. The laws of the universe. You are always changing because everything always is. So, you did not wake up today as the same person that you lived as yesterday. You're not. Whether you think you are or not, Well, that is going to determine what's real in your reality today. Factually. Like I say, if your brain only processes what's going on right now, well, then I would highly suggest that you guys just go open up all of that and go delete. It's no longer relative to your today. But I'll tell you, the same way that you have all that stuff stored in your subconscious brain, it is working as automatic as the work done to fuel every organ and system and energy flow through your being today. So that is why it's so important to go in and do the inner work. And if I factually could have lived and experienced the life that I have up until yesterday, and still have the capacity to go in and face every single thing that has ever happened to me and release what I had stored there that was very much harmful to me, well, then every living, breathing person on the planet can do it as well. It is very easy to do. It is a simple choice. And everybody thinks, no, it takes so much. No, all it takes is a simple choice. That's it. And the courage to actually go look in there. But why would you be afraid of what's in your own being? You shouldn't be. Really. You're a magical, powerful, amazing being. And you matter. You were here. You're here. You woke up this morning. Like, hey, if the universe fueled you to be awake this morning and said, okay, you matter enough to still be in this experience because I believe in you, so I'm going to give you the fuel of life today for you to experience it, how could you not matter? Of course you do. You're a magical, powerful being. And we're all connected to the great consciousness who needs us to each have our unique experience. But how it was meant to be and not any other way. And this is why the change has to happen. And this is why people have to do some inner work and get right with the power of their being. Because the power of your being contains every single thing ever created in the universe. Everything. Everything. There is nothing left out. And there is nobody left out when it comes to this. Because, hey, that's what gave you life today. Yeah. And come on. Look how powerful it is. You see the expression of it all around you. Nature, solar systems, people, knowledge, children, animals, nature. Come on. Look how magical it is. Well, you are exactly a part of that magic. How does it happen? Well, you just have to make a simple choice to believe it for yourself. Because then, believe is to be live in your life. This is a real reason why you got to do the inner work. And check what it is that is embedded in your belief systems that you are making alive in your life today. And the inner work, everybody thinks, it's so hard to do. Listen, it was really hard for me to do because I had no outer guidance. I had been written off by the world as a problem. Well, I had to figure out what my problem was. And now being as tapped in as I am, I realize I have never been a problem. Okay? And I've had a magical life. I really have. When I know that I signed up to do this, and I'm on a distinct mission for ascension on the planet, how could I not be proud of living every single thing that I've had to endure? I love it all. All of it. I am grateful that my dad was who he was. I'm grateful for that my mother is who she is. I'm grateful for my family and how they are and who they have been to me. I'm grateful for everything. There is not one thing that I regret in my life. No. Why would I? I am so lucky to still be even in this experience after my body has endured time and time again uninhabitable conditions within it for my soul to even stay in it. So how could I not be grateful? Every day when I wake up going, holy shit, yes, another day in this experience. Let's do this. What do you want me to do? Because I'm all yours. You put me back in this experience. I am yours. I am your vessel. Let's get it done. Even though I have some days where I'm just like, okay, you know what? Can you just check me out of here? Because and there's some days that I tell my boss that too. Trust that. I'm like, okay, look. You know what I said to him, or not him. Okay, woo. Listen, what I said to Great Consciousness even last night. Look, I don't feel the good that I'm doing in the world. I don't feel it. And I was told, every time you open your mouth to the world for me, you are shifting this world. The amount of love that's coming out of your mouth and what you are flooding into the world, you don't need to feel it. But it's felt within the whole universe. And I was like, all right, that's all I need to know. Well, that's why I'm instructed to come out and talk the way I do to the world. Because the power of my tongue and the power behind what I'm saying to the whole world is actually elevating all of humanity. And I was questioning whether it was being effective or not. And I was told very clearly, how could it not be? There are not too many people that can own the power that you have within your being and do it for good. Well, I do, because that's my mission on the planet. That's what I signed up for. I said, yeah, I'll do it. So now that I'm living mission-based and soulfully operated, this is why I come out here and I flood the world with knowledge and love every day. And yes, some days I have to blast it out. Some days I have to deliver it other ways. Listen, it comes naturally. I don't come out here with a script. I come out here and I speak to you guys from the heart. There's a difference. And what am I looking for back? Just for everybody to feel the love that's fueling them, because it will change their life. That's all I want to see. Money has never been my motivation for anything in this world. I want people to be in their full loving power. Because when you feel this type of love, no matter what you have lived, it will heal everything. This fuel that we have to sustain our life experience knows all, sees all, and loves all, no matter what. It is the healing force for stability, wellness, balance in your life, harmony in your being. You got to get to your heart to feel it, though. And you got to stay out of your head. Unless you're in there to clear away the things that shouldn't be in there, that your whole programming is running off of. And it's not easy to go and do the inner work, because you have to face the things that you have stored that you haven't looked at in a while. And like I just explained to you before, your body doesn't know the difference, whether it's a memory or whether it's happening to you right now. And that's why it's difficult to do, because people experience that and go, Oh my God, what was that? No, I'm not doing that. Let me just shut that door and I'm not going back there. But you have to have the courage to do it. Yeah, empty those compartments of your mind right out and really take a look at what is running automatically. Whether it is harming you or whether it is helping you. And if you see that it's harming you, and what would be harming you? Well, any negative, dense emotion. If your soul knows nothing but love, infinite, unconditional love primarily, because it doesn't matter what you are doing, you're loved. Okay, so if your soul is main source of fuel for you today for life is love, and the power of that, it only knows thriving, creativeness, evolution, peace, balance, harmony. Do you think your soul has any chaos within it? No way. That's your human being that does. That's where the conflict is. Your soul knows no suffering, no limits, no restrictions, nothing like that. It fuels you and it runs every single one of your organs and everything about your experience with ease. Laws of least effort, because it's got so much to do that it needs to be able to do it all with the energy that you're fueled by. But the energy that you have that can actually light up a city, that's why you're programming your subconscious brain has to be there, so that it can actually govern the energetic flow and put it to where it's got to be. So your energy and your programming is simply for, all right, okay, cool, I need this amount of energy to go to there. So let's throw that to the lungs. Okay, I need a certain amount of energy to function this. Okay, throw that to the liver. Okay, That's what your subconscious programming is for. That's it. You're not supposed to be in your brain or in that, trying to govern that, because had you been allotted to that access, you'd be dead. Straight up, you'd be dead. If you can't manage your day or your experience or your thoughts, how are you going to manage every organ that you got going in your body? You can't. You can't. You'd be dead. Game over. Because that's all it is, too. It's a mere game. Yeah. And this meat suit is just to play it with. Death doesn't exist. No. Your energy and your soul never dies. You're an eternal being. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's why I'm not, say, listen, fear of what? What's people's biggest fear? They're scared to die. Well, if there's no death that exists, why is everybody chicken? And so worried about time and limited time and Time is only here. We're only restricted by time because of a man's construct of it. Do you think the universe works on time? Sadly mistaken if you think that. Watch those thoughts, because you're creating those things. Literally. So guys, I had to come out here and give you all some love this morning, because that's what I'm fueled by. That's what everybody's fueled by. And we're all connected to it all the time. All the time. But what are you choosing to do with that love that you're fueled by? Because when you realize you have the whole power of the universe supporting you today to be breathing, you know how powerful you are. And you know that you can make anything happen. But what are you going to do for yourself today? Because you have to love and honor yourself the same way the universe is loving and honoring you for your life. And if you don't, that's where the suffering comes into play. Because this loving power that's fueling you for your life knows zero suffering. Zero. None. It's a thriving force. If it knew destruction, it would not be in perfect balance and harmony. You see? Oh, yeah. Suffering is a choice. And so is destruction, even for your own being. So when you realize that the universe and the flow of the universe is supporting you and backing you, whatever you choose to believe and be live in your life, can't cry over the choices that you've made. Universe isn't inducing suffering, and source is not inducing suffering, because source never created a thing to suffer. Ever. Literally. And you know what's funny? Is we're all connected to it. And nothing is supposed to ever come between you and the magnificent creator of you that's fueling you for life. Nothing. No person, place, thing. No, nothing. And that's why people question, how does she have this straight connection to source? It's called the law of detachment and forgetting about thyself and understanding I am one. Like we all are. We all are. We're all one. We're all granted a meat suit for the experience. Why? To expand and evolve the great consciousness. Literally. The universe. Hey, Roderick. Bless you. God bless, B. Yo, I'm happy to see you. I haven't seen you out here. Bro, lots of love to you, man. I saw that One Love project. I saw the video the other day. High five, man. Bless you. God bless. Yo, bless you too, man. Lots of love to you. I'm really, really, really impressed with that project that you guys are doing. That is so awesome. I salute you, bro. I'm happy to see that. Great guys doing great things in this world, empowering people and children. Yes, all the way. I'm really, really proud of you for that. Hey, that's awesome. I sent you a message too, but I didn't hear you holler, but I'm glad to see you back out online. Lots of love to you. Big time. I'm happy you're here. I'm actually just about to come off, but if you're just hopping on now, I encourage you to go watch the live. They're always good. But loads of love to you, bro. Okay, guys, so to the rest of you, have a magical day. I love you all. But yeah, it takes a trooper to clear out their past and own their power, but we all have it, and we're all connected to it. And Source knows no suffering. Source never created anything to suffer. Suffering has been a choice of man and nothing else. And that's where the free will comes into it. So you can have the free will of choosing love for yourself and the world, and you heal everything and you the way your body can, or you choose to self-destruct by choice. Why would anybody want that for themselves? And like I said, your brain doesn't know, If you're processing something from the past, or if you're thinking about something from the future, it only processes right now. It has too much to do to be dicking around in your past or in your future. It's got way too much to do today. So you got to be careful what you're putting in there. But if you don't take the time to really look at it, well, then it's automatically running, and the whole universal love and fuel that's giving you life today will support everything that you think. This is why it's highly important that you correct your thinking patterns about yourself. And don't make things live by believing them, because any belief you have, again, I will remind you, you are making it live in your life. Because that's what a belief is. It's to be live in your life. You got to really check your belief systems. How do you do that? You take a pen and paper and you mark down what it is that you believe about yourself, about the world, about your family, about your friends, about any situation, circumstance, scenario. You take the time for yourself to do it, because when you really look at it outside of your brain, it's a very different picture. And from then you can say, okay, well, why do I believe any of this stuff? Okay, this is no longer relevant to me. This is no longer, and you can literally clean that up. That's what I had to do. And that's what I keep doing. Every couple of days, I do the inner work. No matter whether I'm mastered or not now. Because life experience is still happening. But I'm worth it. And so are you. Because why would I want to keep anything destructive in my own being when I know the universe in totality and the source of creation is fueling and supporting everything, no matter what I choose? Well, I would choose, and I will always choose, to embody the love that's fueling me and to remain in that state, pumping it out to the world, no matter what I have to live in between. Because I would not give this kind of connection up for any person, place, or thing in the world. But we all have it. And that's what I'm encouraging the world to do, is to tap back into that and the power of that. Because that's where the true magic lies, and it makes anything happen for you according to what you choose. That's why there's no limits, because your soul knows no limits. Your soul knows no boundaries. Factually. So don't induce those on yourself. And anything that you want from your heart, you can have it by mere choice. And everybody thinks, no, I got to do this, I got to do that. And blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, you're creating all of those blockages by just mere thought. You're making it harder on yourself by just thinking all of those things. You can have absolutely anything that you want by mere choice. And literally breathe it into existence. And that's why I don't think at all, because that could be very dangerous for the whole world. I have to let things be and be neutral to everything within the experience and just remain in a loving state. And that's how I get through everything and anything. Literally. Well, with the universal power fueling me to do that, how could I not get through absolutely anything coming my way? I can. It's nothing that can stop me from anything. Nothing. So, what am I ready for in my life? Oh, to feel that love of my life for the rest of my life. Somebody that I can grow younger with, because we do have an immortal gene. So I'm not looking to grow old with anybody. I am looking to rejuvenate and stop the aging and reverse it, actually. Because after watching that woman at 142 years old, and she's in the market buying her stuff and saying how, listen, people make themselves sick and you can live forever. Yeah, well, guess what? I am not about to make myself sick. I've healed. So you don't think I'm going to have the longevity of an ox? Oh, yo, I am here to win it this round. Simple. And I'm not looking for a pastime. I'm looking for a partner to do that. So that's what my next move is. I know that I want a partner for life. So why would I settle for anything but a big old ring? I won't. So anybody looking to play or have a pastime, that's not with me. Nah, I'm looking for a lifetime to build an empire. Why? Because Source tells me I have the power to do that. I don't need another person to try to doubt that for me, because Source fuels me with, yes, you can have it now. Anything you want. You've done the work. And watch how easy it happens for you now, Tobi, that you have done the work. So you think I can just let anybody into that after I've done all the work? They better have done enough work on themselves too. And be in their power, because I'm not looking to put anybody through training again. Literally. And I'm not trying to play mummy to any man. He's got to come correct and trained, or I can't be bothered. Factually. But that's what I'll be doing. Yeah, I want to be married by the summer. Source knows it. And apparently, it's going to happen. So let's see. Anyway, love y'all. Embody the love that you have fueling you today. And make the magic happen. Because you can. You're attached to and connected to the power of everything and anything created ever. You know how powerful that is? You better open yourself up to that power. Because once you taste that, it's not like anything else on the planet. Or in existence. Because it contains everything in existence. Anyway, I love you all. Get the most out of your day. And set that high vibe. You amazing, magical love. That's what you are. You're love primarily. Everything after that is your choice. So I hope that you can feel the love that's fueling you. And make the magic happen. I love you all. Have a great day. Peace.